guarantee the future of a nation is by investing in education and skills training of the youth.
History and the experiences of developed nations have shown us that the most efficient way to create a society of opportunities and thereby guarantee the future of our nation is by investing in education and skills training of our youth. This is because it is the people of Ghana, Ghanaians like you and I, and especially the youth of today, who are going to build Ghana. Without an educated populace, we cannot transition from the status of a developing to a developed nation.
The results of the 2020-2021 West Africa Senior Secondary School examination results, the President stated, gave further evidence of why the free senior high school policy has been a great success so far.
A look at the waxy results of the first batch of free SHS graduates, whom I choose to call the akufo-addo graduates, and that of those whose results have just been released, give further evidence of why the free HS policy has been a success so far. There were some who described free SHS as a waste. Some said it would destroy our Ivy League schools. And some indicated that the policy was going to compromise the quality of senior high school education. None of these have happened, and I'm sure they have eggs on their faces now, or should have.
The President therefore appealed to all Ghanaians to forego partisan and parochial considerations which confer little benefit, and all agree that free SHS has to be part of our national educational architecture for at least a generation, if not forever. Reinforcing his commitment to ensuring the provision of quality, relevant education, President Akufo-Addo told the gathering that the government has introduced the teacher licensure regime aimed at professionalizing teaching and bringing it in line with international best practices. So far, the National Teaching Council has issued some 129,000 licenses to teachers.
There can no longer be any controversy about the validity of the free SHS policy and its consequential measures. It is working. Let us forego partisan parochial considerations which confer little benefit, and all agree the free SHS has to be a part of our national educational architecture for at least a generation, if not forever. Our nation will clearly be empowered and enriched.
Government, he added, has commenced the construction of 20 science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM centers across the country, with all 20 at various stages of completion. With the completion of 9 model senior high schools across the country being imminent, President Akufo-Addo told the gathering that in 2022, government will expand the free senior high school program to cover all first-year students in public TVET institutes.
The completion of 9 model senior high schools across the country is imminent. And in 2022, government will expand the free senior high school program to cover all first-year students in public TVET institutes. Government will continue with the program of implementing the various reforms and projects in the TVET sector, including the rehabilitation and upgrading of technical universities, upgrading and modernization of the 34 NVTI centers, retooling of TVET institutes, and the establishment of 10 state-of-the-art TVET institutes. 2 new training centers of excellence for the Commission for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, CTVET, are currently ongoing.
The Tamale Senior High School was founded in 1951 by the British colonial authorities as the first second cycle institution in the area then known as the Northern Territories. The school can count among its ranks one head of state, 2 vice presidents of the Fourth Republic, a Speaker of Parliament, 2 justices of the Supreme Court of Ghana, 2 chiefs of defense staff, and a host of government ministers and members of Parliament.
The group chairman of Kencity Media Limited, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, was among 18 distinguished personalities who received honorary awards at this year's National Tourism Awards night held in Accra. The Assin North Member of Parliament was recognized and honored as the outstanding personality in the fight against COVID-19. The 2020 National Tourism Awards sought to reward the impactful contribution to the tourism sector, encourage stronger rebound of tourism, and to build relationships amongst the authority and its stakeholders who had distinguished themselves to advance the cause of the industry, especially in these challenging times. The awards held in Accra was the 16th in the series on the theme Stronger Partnerships for Inclusive Tourism Growth. Mr. Marco Kwekumanti, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, said the tourism industry in 2020 was hit hard by the pandemic, causing a lot of enterprises to shut down, which led to a huge decline in revenue mobilization. The introduction of the COVID-19 vaccine, the opening of the borders, and other government interventions like the World Bank grant to small and medium enterprises in the tourism industry, the Ghana Cares for Batampa initiative, and single window destination helped the industry to bounce back.
The tourism industry in 2020 was hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic, causing a lot of tourism enterprises to either shut down or downsize, which led to a huge decline in revenue and tourists, as at most places were close to patrons. Thankfully, with the introduction of COVID-19 vaccine and the opening of borders and other government interventions like the World Bank grants to the SMEs in the tourism industry, the Ghana Cares for Batampa initiative, which seeks to revitalize the various sectors of the economy, including the tourism sector, the single window destination project, among other things, the tourism industry in Ghana is gearing up to bounce back.
The men, women, and institutions, he said, deserve to be honored because of their contribution to the stabilization of the industry during the extremely difficult times.
This is our way of showing you all that we appreciate your tireless efforts and your support towards the tourism industry to ensure that our vision of making Ghana the preferred tourism destination come to fruition.
The Chief Executive Officer of GTA said despite the challenges of the pandemic, the industry had showed it could survive through the resilience, support, and tenacity of industry players. He said a committee had been constituted at the Public-Private Partnership Forum, which would be a catalyst for engagement with the authority and the private sector to address those challenges.
We are here to celebrate men and women, icons of our industry, who have shown that together we can build, together we can grow. Some of them we saw even when we were very young. Their talents and their resilience over the years has shown, and tonight we are here to honor them and thank them for what they have done for our industry.
He said in 2020, the sector recorded international arrivals worth 355,000, and in the first 9 months of 2021, it recorded 411,000, which showed improvement in numbers. Domestic tourism saw 290,000 visitors to the various sites in the country, and as of September, it had crossed the 350,000 mark.
International arrivals of 355,000. In the first 9 months of 2021, we recorded 411,000. So that shows some improvements in our numbers. If you take domestic tourism, the entire year of 2020, we had 290,000 visitors to our various sites. As of September, we had crossed the 350,000 mark. And so the numbers are looking up, but we believe that we are not out of the woods yet.
The awardees included Osajifo Amwita Oforipeni II, supportive traditional ruler Nana Kwabena Nketia, Oketichi Professor Amenfi VII, Mr. Ernest Williams Edusei, Professor E.C. Sutherland Adi, Madam Grace Omabo, and Mr. Cole Painter Lancer honored as cultural and tourism icons. The others were Mr. David Dontel, Mr. Daniel Amponsa, Mr. Joe Nyako, Mr. James Ibo-White, Mr. Samuel Aferi-Date, Outstanding Tourism Man, and Kuro Kuribag-Tiliman, Outstanding Personality in the Preservation and Conservation of Iconic Sites. The Kingdom Exim Group won the Outstanding Corporate Stakeholder, Mrs. Delphine Brew-Hammond, Outstanding Tourism Woman, Mr. Gilbert Abiku Agri, Tourism-Oriented Media Personality, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, Outstanding Personality in the Fight Against COVID-19, and Chefs Association of Ghana, Most Active Tourism Trade Association.